Make sure you cut this out of the video because we don't want to talk about that.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Post Farms. It's March 10th and it's a corn hauling day. Got a lot of corn to haul to the feed mill this month, and hauled just a little bit last week. Didn't get much footage that was very good, so we'll try it again this week. Like I said, we're sitting there at the farm loading right now. I think that's our third load for today. Third load we've taken out of the new bin that we put up last year, and everything's coming out good. So hopefully we'll get some footage today that's good, and take you for a ride with us up to the feed mill and back, and maybe talk a little bit about the corn and why we're hauling it where we haul it. So. Welcome back, everybody. Another day of hauling corn. Take you a little ride with us as we head to the feed mill. Better close your tarp. Compared to hauling the feed mill is just a really nice little jaunt. But we've been loading and getting back, and just about an hour, 10 minutes a trip. So pretty good. Once once we get further south, then it does get longer. Like from home and west of town, it'll be like 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Kind of depends on how busy everything is. They've been fairly busy at feed mill the last couple days, but I've been pretty lucky. I've been in the right rotation where most of the time I've only had to wait for the truck ahead of me to unload. But there's been, by the time I leave, there's been 3 or 4 trucks lined up behind me. So I was kind of lucking out, staying in the right rotation. Like I said, hauling to the feed mill, I like hauling up here. Like I said, it's close. Usually their bid is pretty decent because comparable to if we go to the Illinois River or on over to Jacksonville to the train loading station. We got to haul so far, and so I can sacrifice some price because I don't mind the freight in it. Besides, I don't run a DOT number, I run farm plates, kind of run intrastate, and by doing that, I can haul to our local elevators, to our bins and stuff during harvest, and if I haul anywhere else, it has to be to someplace that the product is turned into something else. So the feed mill counts because all the corn I haul gets hauled up there, gets turned into hog feed, and I can also haul beans to Quincy soybean because those beans all get turned into bean meal or bean oil or something. They don't leave there as whole beans. So, but if I haul to the Illinois Rivers, for example, and it gets loaded on a barge as corn, and that's considered interstate commerce, and I have to have a DOT number and a UCR and all kinds of crap. So I just stay local. If the bid's ever bad enough that I feel I need to send corn to Jacksonville, I'll just end up hiring somebody to haul it over there. I'm not hauling it that far myself. Also, when you get to go to the Illinois River or Jacksonville, there's just that much more of a chance you're going to encounter the DOT and get an inspection. Not that I know of we have anything wrong, I just don't want to deal with them. Plus the scales are out all the time. If you happen to be a little overweight, they're going to dig you a little on that. So I just as soon avoid all of it. Usually between the feed mill and Quincy soybean, you don't have to deal with that very often. So I give up a little in price for the convenience. Besides that, the feed mill is a great business, and it's an asset, certainly an asset to our community for the number of bushels of corn they go through every day. And ran and owned by a great family and very nice to deal with. When you haul into there, you're a person instead of a number. Okay, we're just pulling in here at the feed mill. we're going to have to do is get our tarp unrolled. Unroll our tarp because they're gonna probe us to get a sample of our corn to check for moisture and any foreign material or anything in it, kind of get us a grade, and they'll weigh give us a test weight of it and the moisture, and if there's any dockage, usually they don't have any dockage here at all, so not too much to worry about there. So anyway, we'll pull on the scales, get our gross weight, get a sample, and go from there. I don't know if you can hear that. It sounds like a vacuum cleaner running. They're sucking the corn out of the truck into the office. Buzzer means for Wade and probe so we can go on to the pit. We're over here in line. I got a couple trucks ahead of us, so we'll have to wait our turn to unload. Won't take too long. They dump pretty fast here. Okay, our turn to dump. Get pulled in here to the pit. Get out and get our front hopper unloaded, and we'll have to get back in and pull up, dump the back. You always dump yourself here. Okay, we're unloaded. Make a loop back around and go across the scales. Get our empty weight. And get our weight ticket that'll have our bushels that we delivered and all of our grade information, moisture, test weight, etc. And then we're ready to head back to the farm and do it all over. Usually don't even have to get out of the truck here to weigh empty because they can print the ticket remotely, get it right out of your window. But for some reason it's out of order today, so we'll have to get out of the truck and actually go inside to get our ticket. One thing about it, when you live in rural America, you never know what you might see or pass along the road. So. You have to keep your eyes and ears open when you drive out here, folks. A lot of farm equipment stuff on these non-restricted 4-lane roads, rural roads, etc. All out here just trying to make a living. That guy's pretty obviously coming down here to put hay out for his cows. So keep your eyes open and watch where you're going. I said you never know what you're seeing. Not every day you see a crane that's broke down along the side of the road. Evidently has a flat tire because he's jacked himself up with his hydraulic rams. Well, it's time to change bins. We pulled all the corn we have sold out of that one for now. I saw someone on social media the other day having a meltdown because they had to move a swing away auger up to a bin all by themselves. So I can only imagine what kind of a meltdown they'd have if they had to move all this by themselves, which I do every time. I'm going to save you the embarrassment of watching me struggle, so we're going to do this kind of the internet magic way. I wish it happened this fast and easy on real life. See, nothing to it. Just like that, we're pulling off a different bin. That's what it looks like with 7 loads pulled out of it. Not sure if there's enough light in there to see, but you can see we got rid of a little bit of peak, plus we're down almost 2 rings off the side. And we're starting to get a pile already. Another beautiful day. Almost too nice to be hauling corn. Got to be done. Take a look in this. We got about a half a load out of it. You can see she's starting to go down the center. Probably a little hard to see. Well, this one isn't quite as full and it isn't peaked up because we've got the stirrator in it because we dry in this bin, so lose a little capacity because of the stirrator. Some of the small bins I'll cover the stirrator up, but I won't do it in this bigger bin. There's front pile. Starting to gain a little in the back. Make sure I get this deleted off the video. I sure hate to ruin an image that we're perfect at Post Farms and nothing ever goes wrong around here. So make sure we delete it. These used cattle mineral tubs are the handiest things. I usually buy a few of them if they have some on one of our local consignment sales. You can buy them for a couple dollars a piece, and they're really great for cleaning up here around the auger and just all kinds of stuff. So pretty handy thing to have around, and I just practically give them away. Okay, we're same as back to the farm here. We're slowing down, getting ready to make a U-turn. For some reason, when they built this highway, we did not get a crossover on our driveway, and because the house was gone at the time already, or what. So we have to make a U-turn every time we want to go the opposite direction here. We southbound, and we've got to make a U-turn to go back to the north to get to the farm, and then every time we leave, like to go to Quincy soybean, which is south, we've got to go up north about a half a mile and make a U-turn to come back south. So it's kind of a pain. As many trips as we make in and out of here a day when we're farming everything, it's too bad that we wasn't able to get a crossover, and more importantly, we don't have a turn lane. So you really have to watch when you're slowing down to turn in here at the farm that cars are paying attention and see your turn signal, and they all think you're going to get off in a turn lane, and there is no turn lane. So there's been a few instances over the years that I've been watching in the mirror and I've took to the shoulder with a pickup because it didn't appear that the person behind me was paying any attention and was probably going to run right into the back end of me if I didn't hit for the shoulder. So, kind of a bad deal. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you on the next one.